We are Lindsey plus Mike, and we are traveling with our family and pets across the United States in our renovated fifth wheel and pop-up A-liner. This week, as luck would have it, we are driving through the hottest part of the country during the worst heat wave in modern history, and that's just one of the things that go wrong. So we have no power in the RV right now.
Oh yeah, we slept a little while.
Good morning, world. We're about to say goodbye to Arizona and head to California. We're a little bit concerned about the heat because where we're headed tonight is going to be around 110 degrees. Hopefully I planned everything just right so that we'll be arriving around sunset and maybe it won't be too bad. Our end destination is Monterey Bay along the coast of California where it's going to be nice and cool. It should take us about 3 days to get there, so let's get on the road. We're on the road again. California, here we come.
We arrived at Barstow around 7 o'clock at night, and
If our floor looks like it's buckling, that's because it is. It's 107 degrees outside and the floor is peeling up everywhere you look. Also, our air conditioning is only just barely blowing cold air. Not cold enough to cool down the camper. At this point, we were starting to feel the effects of heat exhaustion, and panic was rising due to the fact that our AC was just not keeping up with the intense heat. We put the camera down, and I started calling around to local hotels, searching for an alternative to no avail.
we ended up loading the kids and pets back into the cool cars and waited until sunset for the AC to do its thing.
And we survived the night. However, we were still 2 days away from cooler weather, and now very worried about the next night.
Whoa. Guy ran a stop sign. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you guys okay?
Okay.
Hey everyone, so Lindsey has the camera, or else I'd be using that, so I'm using my phone right now. Normally we wouldn't really do much recording on a travel day. It's been a 10-hour travel day. I'm not even sure what town we're in. Lindsey's the navigator. But we stopped off and I'm getting things ready here. And as soon as I disconnected the truck from the RV, everything in the RV went off. All lights, everything. So we have no independent power in the RV right now. Little diagnostics, little checking, and let me show you what I found. That's not right. So it looks like, I'm not sure how, either it got severed or it disconnected somehow, but one of our wires got disconnected from the battery, so I need to hook that back up. I'm not even sure how it was connected in the first place, so first I got to take it apart and just kind of check it out. Lindsey and her mom and the kids are out getting food right now, so it's just me. So this is going to be a solo job. Okay, so that needs to go back into there and be reattached somehow. It was obviously, as you can see with the black one here, it was kind of held on with electrical tape. So I guess I'll just redo the same thing. I'll go get my electrical tape, I'll tape this back to the head there, and then hook everything back up, and we should be okay. I already tested, the battery does have power. So it looks like it was just this cord coming loose that was the issue. But I have to put the camera down to do that, so we'll catch you when I got it all repaired, and I'll let you know the status. All right. So I've got everything hooked back up. I wrapped it up in electrical tape. I also crimped the head so that it was kind of pinching the wires. And if everything's good, then this should turn on. Yeah, okay, I fixed it. All right. Crisis averted. All right, now let's finish setting up. As you can see, it's getting dark. I was kind of hoping to already be in there. It's about 95 degrees right now, and we wanted to run the AC and get it cooled down, or at least I did while Lindsay and her mom and the kids were gone. But crises happen. I'm gonna wrap up getting everything ready, and I'm gonna call it a night here. I got some video editing to do before I turn in for the night. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Hello everyone. Check out the world's sexiest sun hat. It's time to do a brake check. Let's go. Good. Good. Yep. All good. 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 All good. Okay everyone, our caravan is ready. Time for me to hop in and hit the road. Monterey, here we come. We've been on the road for all of a quarter mile. She's hysterical already. Before we were out of the parking lot, we were saying 5 for 5, this is going great. 30 seconds later, what happened?
I just need more tea, that's all.
What happened 30 seconds later?
What?
You completely forgot that we have Mike behind us. Caused Mike to have to run a red light. Then at the next stop, which was a stop sign, she just stopped and didn't go. Nobody around.
Don't make me laugh when I'm drinking tea or you will be sorry.
Nobody was around at all, and she wasn't going anywhere. We were there for a good minute probably before you...
It's not my fault. I didn't have enough tea yet.
At the next red light,
Maybe a little more
instead of accelerating when it's green, which is it is now green, she stops. She goes to slow down. As if that's going to help Mike get through the green light with us.
I was waiting for it to turn yellow. Usually a
Well,
green
yes,
light...
eventually it will turn yellow. If you stop and wait for a green light long enough, it will turn yellow.
That's what I was counting on. And I don't have any place to put anything because it's a smallish camper. Shush, Luna. So there's water in the bucket there and towels everywhere. And there's not a small amount of water. A lot of it has drained, but there's a puddle.
Oh, look at it here.
And a puddle there, yeah.
It's clean water at least,
Yeah, it's just
But it's-
condensation.
but it's running up the plywood walls,
Yep.
and that's gonna stain.
Yep. Trying not to squish my fingers as I'm protecting your camper.
Yeah, the camper's more important.
Thanks. I love you too. So it's very early morning. I've only been awake for like 5 minutes. And my mom texts saying, emergency, emergency.
Yeah, basically, Mike, come quick. If you can.
I'm not Mike. Oh, there's Mike. Speaking of Mike,
What's going on?
there's puddles in my mom's camper.
Yeah,
Come and
from
see.
condensation.
Yep, the condensation's coming in. But it's not coming in where I would think it was. There's a little bit of a like, gap here.
Ready?
Yeah. I see what you mean. Oh, yeah. That's a little water. That's a good visual. Well, all we need to do is dry up this water for now. Stop it up and...
That's an awful lot of water for condensation, but how was
Yeah.
it dripping so much
Yeah.
before?
No,
Like,
this
well,
is
where
not.
else is the water coming from
This is
then?
not condensation.
We think we figured out where the water's coming from.
Okay, so I suspect it's just loose. I suspect all we need to do is just tighten this because that's how these things work. They're tightened with these metal. I don't know what the actual technical term is, but they're these metal rings that are supposed to tighten it and make a watertight seal. And I suspect this is just super, super loose, and it obviously is because I can turn it multiple times.
And I suspect it's going to need some Teflon tape or something to keep it from leaking completely.
Teflon tape won't make a difference with these things.
Or something like that.
There are no threads.
Putty?
Teflon tape is just for threaded things. This
Putty?
is not threaded.
I don't know. I don't know the plumbing stuff.
Well, there. No more drip. Tightened.
Are you sure?
Yeah. The dripping stopped. I'll give it a... Make that as... Yeah. It's as tight as it can go. No more drip.
All right. Cool. Well,
The condensation that you guys are talking about, that comes from the outside.
and it shouldn't be getting in.
No, absolutely not. But I can see right there. So yesterday I noticed the dripping in the corner. And I asked about it, and you guys said, oh, that's just the condensation. And I said, okay, fine. But I can see right there, there's the hole where all this water that must have been dripping continuously would pool up and then go out there and then start dripping on the outside.
Yeah. So it was going from here, pooling and running down through there and out through that little tiny little hole there. There's somewhere there's a seat, an opening,
Yeah,
which
there's-
I don't know. Maybe that's designed
Maybe.
that
Yeah,
way,
it's
or
definitely
maybe
dripping
we
out.
should try and find it. So my mom's camper is completely taken apart. So that's the project of the morning.
Lindsay, the good news is I found the cap to my chapstick.
Oh, that everything will be okay now then.
There's a bright side to everything. It was in one of my clothing bins that got soaked.
We're almost a month into our trip. And this is the first campfire we've had.
It's glorious though, isn't it?
Not because of laziness, not because of lack of desire.
Yeah.
We just simply haven't been in areas where campfires are allowed until now.
Because of the droughts.
Yeah, there's been a very high fire
All
risk everywhere we've been so far.
Yep.
So I think we're going to end our video of disasters on the high note of our very first campfire of the trip.
If you liked coming on this roller coaster ride with us, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out, and we'll see you next week.